Welcome back. I'll have you know this entire episode will be removed and never shown because of this caller. Just driving me crazy. Is the left getting guidelines from Babylon Bee punchlines? Conservative parody site The Babylon Bee is apparently so good at what it does, nearly 100 joke headlines have actually come true. CEO Seth Dillon told Fox News Digital, the problem isn't that their site is too close to reality, it's that reality is too close to satire. Ooh. Here are some examples. In September 2020, the Bee wrote, BLM rioters awarded Nobel Peace Prize. And then February 2021, Black Lives Matter nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. Wow. That's pretty good. In June 2021, the Bee writes, Progressive Church announces new drag queen Bible story hour. And then in December 21, what happens? Lutheran Church hosts drag queen prayer time for children. Ooh. Nothing like having prayer with drag queens. Totally improves it, I'm telling you. In May 17, the Bee wrote 2 + 2 = 4, insists closed-minded bigot. And then in December 2021, USA Today writes, is math racist? November 2021, Babylon Bee, Play School unveils Vaccinate Me Elmo. And then in June 2022, Elmo is now vaccinated for COVID-19. Still waiting for the episode where Elmo dies suddenly. Greg. Is that a bad taste? Is that a bad taste because it's about Elmo?
Stuffed animal.
Children love Elmo.
They love him a little too much.
Okay, stop.
September 2022, in the Bee, they wrote 9 reasons not to worry about the tanking economy. And just a couple of weeks later in the Washington Post, 7 ways a recession could be good for you financially. It's true, you don't see many fat people in poor countries. Silence. I knew that. I could have taken it out, but I said, you know what, I'm going to leave it in. In May 2022, Babylon Bee wrote, Mattel unveils new pregnant Ken doll. Then 2 weeks later, Mattel's first transgender Barbie doll designed after Laverne Cox. Gotta hand it to Cox. So, what? You people are so sick. So sick. You just let a clever joke lie flat, and then an off-the-cuff dirty joke, they applaud. Right in. I think I have to start thinking more disgustingly. All right, so today's punchlines turn out to be tomorrow's headlines, which caused me to write this jokey headline. Brian Kilmeade crushed by falling meteor. No one shows up to his funeral because they're out partying with the king of late night, Greg Gutfeld. Jimmy, I'll be happy if only half of that is right.
You don't go out.
I know I don't go out. Yeah. That's why only half of it will be right.
Yeah. Kilmeade's dead. Gutfeld orders more Chinese spare ribs.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, that is what I'm ordering after the show.
Of course you are, and we love you for it.
What is the most surprising thing about the Babylon Bee?
I will tell it to you really quick, 2 things. First of all, I love the Bee, as you know. Let's not act like they're the only comedy site to get headlines right. CNN has gotten 14 of them right this year alone,
yeah, that's true.
Which isn't nothing. Hey, girl, the actual impressive thing is not that they're right, it's that they're still funny in an age where the news is already inherently funny. Like, we're living in real satire. Yesterday, you alluded to Leah Thomas. ESPN honored her as one of its Women of the Year yesterday. A male swimmer. Like, that's already kind of goofy when ESPN is like, she's so brave for getting in that water. Like, the only thing she was facing was shrinkage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But so the fact that they can continue to consistently be funny where the headlines are already so warped is probably more impressive than anything, I would say.
You know what I find impressive, Kat? It's a Christian website. And I think there's a stereotype that Christians can't be funny, correct? And I think they have destroyed that stereotype right before our eyes. What say you, lady in blue?
Yeah, I definitely think that it's funny. I did their podcast, and like the whole end of it was about religious stuff, and I did my best.
No, they did the same thing to me.
But we had a good conversation, actually. It wasn't like they were mean to me about it. I think that I actually write my book about satire and how studies show that it can make people more politically engaged. And the only problem with it is sometimes people can't decide or decipher true from what's satire. But that's because a lot of the political leaders do things that are so unbelievable. So that's actually an argument for satirizing them more often, because it actually makes people more skeptical of the narratives they see from politics and the media, which we all should be doing more often to hold these people accountable.
Very good, young lady. I do have a copy of your book here. I read it over the weekend. It was quite delightful.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll talk about it later in the show, if we have time. Sitting here quietly, we might run out of time. Oh, we don't have time for Kat's book.
How do you sleep at night? She is like your friend.
How do I sleep at night?
I have problems right now, Harris. It's with this caller, and it's completely driving me crazy.
No one can see this problem but you.
No, it's true.
All right, I'll stop. All right, Harris.
Now he's mad.
No, I'm not mad. I never get mad. Trust me. Trust me. Do you follow the Bee?
I do.
Yeah, what do you make of it? What do you make of this story?
I do so much hard news that it is really intriguing sometimes to watch, like, that TV show back in the day. I don't remember the name of it, but it would tell the headlines before they actually happened. And so to see something like that come to life is really interesting to me, because we're always trying to, like, okay, what's the next headline? What's the next thing? So we can get everything all ready. And we don't. We just do breaking news. I will say this. There's one in particular story when they were talking about Kamala Harris and her likability problems, and how she might go to Hillary Clinton to solve them. And then, like, a month later, the headline was, Harris, vice president, seeking help on likability from Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
And I thought, we should have had a lower third breaking news for that.
Yeah,
like that
definitely.
we could have been ready had we believed in the Babylon Bee with all our heart.
Which, by the way, going to Hillary for help with likability is like going to Bill for help with office etiquette.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you were so gentle right then.
Yeah.
You could have said a lot.
I'm trying to work clean. I'm opening for Jamie in this block.
Yeah, you could have said a lot with that.
Yeah,
you held back.
I thought it was about, like, getting a stain out of a dress. Jamie, as a comedian, you've probably heard that the old phrase, comedy is tragedy plus time. Is that how you describe your life?
Yeah. That's so funny. My dad used to say, your life is tragedy plus tragedy. And time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm blown away by, I also love the Bee. Ridiculous. Geniuses over at the Bee, I think. That the doll thing?
Yeah.
That there's like a trans bar. I don't think we need our Barbies, like, helping reflect what... Ken's been walking around without a penis for 20 years.
Yeah. It's true.
Right? And we argue about, like, if Barbie's the right thing. My favorite Bee line, headline ever was, do you guys remember they said, to prove you're vaccinated, you had to show proof of a positive COVID test?
Yeah.
That's funny. I got it.
That was, yes, it hurts your brain.
I think that was one of the funniest ones I ever saw. But I'm with you that I like how you did. Seth came to one of Rob Schneider's shows once, and I was backstage, and I was listening to him talk, and he's like, super smart guy, whatever. And I was thinking, like, man, these headlines are coming true. I should try to get one. And I was trying to talk him into doing one. Comedian has threesome. And a little bit out of nowhere. Did you see the one? They did one that said that people were getting stuck on it. You know those CAPTCHA things where it says, like, press every time? They did one that said, like, people were having trouble because it said, click which one is a woman. They didn't know what's about. I just had this happen. I tried to play. Do you remember the game Guess Who?
Yeah.
Anybody remember that? It's like all the different little pictures and then you're opposite. And I was playing against my kid, like 8 years old, and one of their friends. And you can't play Guess Who anymore.
Why not?
You can't. It's the same kind of thing because I go like, hey, is the person? Because you pick one and you try to narrow it down from all the little characters. And I'm like, oh, I go, oh, is yours, dark skin? And they go, hey, you can't. That's racist. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to figure out. And they go, this little kid goes, I don't see color. And I was like, we're never going to let you drive a car then.
Sometimes your jokes are like a 4-hour drive to 10 minutes at the beach.
Jokes are like you get your towel and your sunscreen, you get there and the beach is closed.
You're right.
Oh my God! Even Harris is piling on.
Oh, Jamie.
All right. We got to get out of here before he starts cutting himself.